Hey friends, this is Question Current, and today I got this really interesting cable that I initially looked at because it looks like one of the old landline phone cables, and I'm not sure how old you are, but back in the day when mobile phones were not really that common, and I was kind of little when that happened, but I still remember that all the phones that we had at home, the landlines, the actually cable-bound phones, had this kind of cable, and the cables normally were really mangled out and not really in a well in a well how would I say, yeah, they were just shit. So the moment I saw this cable online, I thought, I should buy it, but I thought, why would I need another USB-C cable? But then, while taking a look at the specifications, I saw it's a 120 watt cable, and nominally there are no 120 watt cables. 120 watts is not a possible combinations of voltages and currents the USB-C standard supports. So that was the moment I thought, okay, yeah, let's just buy it and then test it out, just for the fun of it. So sorry for the loud noise. That's always the plastic stuff unpacking, and yeah, it still feels like the stuff in my childhood. So it still really is the not good kind of springy, and I'm even going to tangle it a bit, so it's in its original state, yes. So that's how the cable should look like, I think. And the rest of the cable actually is made quite okay, so you can see that the molding of the plastic connectors features a strain relief, even though we are not really seeing any kind of action in there. It should do at least something, I hope. And there are no markings on the cable besides this, I would say, power symbol or lightning symbol or whatever. It's definitely a lightning connector, so they wanted to indicate something, but they didn't write it on. So after unpacking, we don't know anyways what kind of cable it is, what kind of voltage and currents the cable can do, what you can charge with it, what kind of data transmission rates we can expect from the cable, or if it can do some additional things like audio accessory mode or debug mode, which would be needed for example, Thunderbolt. And for this, we're going to test the cable as always. And if you know anything about USB-C, and you definitely do if you've watched some of my videos, you know that there are 24 pins plus shield inside the connector. Not all of them have to be connected, and most of the times they are not. And it is the same with this cable, so it is a USB 2 cable with 480 megabits or 0.48 gigabits per second data transmission speed, which means that the pins required for USB 2, USB 3 speeds, USB 3.1, 3.2, USB 4 speeds are not actually in there. There is no integrated circuit inside the connector, no so-called e-marker chip that is responsible for the negotiation of higher data transmission speeds and higher charging powers, which is also indicated here by the quite low charging power. And the cable itself has not the necessary kind of features to be used, for example, to connect a power-hungry laptop to a charger or an external hard drive and transmit data in any kind of reasonable way. What we can additionally see is that the cable health is not at 100%, and this is most certainly due to the high resistance of this interesting looking springy thing. If we took a look at the formal specs, yes, it's a USB 2 cable, so backwards compatible to 1.1. 5 volts, nominally up to 20 volts of voltage, and currents up to 2 amps, theoretically up to 3 amps with the USB-C spec. And the connected pins are the ground pins. Those for the rebus pins are those for, as well as D plus and D minus for USB 2, and one of the CC pins for power negotiation, so your phone can charge from your power supply and your phone from your laptop, but not your laptop from your phone, so they can actually negotiate the direction in which the power is going to flow, depending on what they do with this pin. And if we take a look at the details, we can see rebus ground, CC2 for the power negotiation, D plus and D minus, so there is no shield connected inside the cable, so it's not shielded, and electromagnetic interference is going to harm your data transmission even more. But to be honest, it's a USB 2 cable, so I wouldn't use it for any kind of large data transmission. The reverse resistance is at 217 milliohms, so that's quite high, and means that your phone is going to charge quite a bit slower if you can see the voltage drop while charging and while drawing current from a power supply. And like I said, there is no e-marker, so there is no integrated circuit inside one of the connectors that tells the device is connected to it what it can actually do. And so what did we expect? It's quite a normal cable. It's just with this really interesting springy bit in the middle, but in practice you can use it to charge low power devices and maybe transmit a photo or two once in a while, but that's about it. For anything else, I would recommend buying a better cable. If you have any questions or comments, just put them below. It would be really nice if you subscribe to the channel or even subscribe to the YouTube Premium membership, because that helps in buying those cables and keep everything running. Thanks.